Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I'm here to do my December TBR, or rather, almost every Christmas book I own, because I'm not sure how many I'm going to get to, and I recently added a bunch to it. I'm actually really behind on videos. I have my, what I added to Goodreads in November, and then I started going through what I added to Goodreads so far in December, because I added a bunch of Christmas books, and I realized that it would just make more sense to forget the December video right now, you know, what I added to Goodreads in December, and just do a December TBR, since most of those books are going to get read. So it's silly to go over the same books twice. There will be plenty more books that I add to my TBR in December, with all of the Vlogmas content that everybody's doing. Vlogmas, is that what you call it? Whatever. I mean, the BookTube besties are like doing their Christmas book exchange that they do every year, and those videos go up once a week for this whole month. So just on that alone, I'm going to get books. So don't worry, there will be plenty of books in my what I added to Goodreads in December video. I also have some Christmas ones for November, but I'm probably going to leave those out of my November Goodreads video, because they're going to be talked about here. So anyway, let's just get started on my December reading plans. Also, I decided to do this video first just because I already started these books. And we're already on December 3rd, and I've already read 3. So, yeah, let's just do this. So, the series that I'm going through right now is the Christmas Hope series by Donna Van Leer. They're kind of like novellas. They're not very long books. There's about 10 of them, I think. I read some of them last year, but I didn't really realize that you had to go in a particular order. I mean, you kind of don't, but some characters come back that you should have read about earlier, in my opinion. So I decided to read them all in order this year. So some of these are actually rereads. So we have The Christmas Shoes, The Christmas Blessing, The Christmas Hope. I've read these so far. These are the 3 that I've read so far. I'll talk about those later in my reading update. I am so behind on videos. But yeah, I've already read those. And I've actually, The Christmas Hope is a reread. Right. Then we have The Christmas Promise, The Christmas Secret, The Christmas Note, The Christmas Light, The Christmas Town, The Christmas Star, and The Christmas Table. I promise. These are really short. You can get through those in, like, not very long. And, they're, like, 3 or 4 hours on audio. And if you increase the speed, they go by even faster. So I'm pretty confident I can read those and a bunch more this month. Like I said, I've already read 3. And some of them I'm going to skim because I already read them. I just want to read the other ones in between and kind of enjoy the ones that I already read. You know, I want to reread them. They all take place in this, like, town. And so you see, like, the characters from the previous books. So, yeah. And they have some romance, but a lot of it is about family and community and stuff. So that's what I like. So, yeah. Now let's get to the novels. Here's the ones. There's a few from last year that I never got to. A Cliche Christmas by Nicole Dees. I'm not even sure who recommended this to me. I don't know if Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails read it, or Amanda from Book Lover Amanda. Maybe not. I can't remember. Maybe I heard about it through Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction, because they're like the 3 most Christian fiction authors I follow. I mean, I cannot speak today. Booktubers that I follow. They're not authors. Anyway, so yeah. Here's a description for this one. Writing happy endings is easy. Living one is the hard part. Georgia Cole, known in Hollywood as the Hollywood Goddess, has made a name for herself writing heartwarming screenplays chock full of Christmas cliches, but she has yet to experience the true magic of the season. So when her eccentric grandmother volunteers her to direct a pageant at Georgia's hometown community theater, she is less than thrilled. To make matters worse, she'll be working alongside Weston James, her childhood crush and the one man she has tried desperately to forget. Now facing memories of a lonely childhood and the humiliation of her last onstage performance 7 years earlier, Georgia is on the verge of a complete mistletoe breakdown. As Weston attempts to thaw the frozen walls around her heart, Georgia endeavors to let go of her fears and give love a second chance. If she does, will she finally believe that Christmas can be more than a cliche? So does not sound like my thing, honestly. But I'm reading it because it's a series and I'm interested in the second book in the series, which is A Season to Love by Nicole Deese. At this point in her life, bravery is not a trait Willa Hart would readily claim. She believes her 7-year-old daughter, Savannah, who never knew her father and successfully tackled chemotherapy, is truly the courageous one. Yet, after Willa has a fateful encounter with handsome young doctor Patrick McCade, her outlook and her view of herself begins to change. Patrick, a thrill-seeking world traveler and temporary resident of Lenox, Oregon, sets out to show Willa the value of adventure, even within her tiny town. But just as their friendship shows signs of turning into something more, Patrick's life as a traveling doctor calls him back. Will his last days in town signal the end of their journey, or will Patrick and Willa find the courage to transform a single season into a lifetime? So, yeah. That one sounded really interesting, but I'm a completist, so I have to read in order. So, I have to get through the one that I'm not as interested in to get to this one. So, yeah. Then I have a Debbie Macomber book. There's a Debbie December readathon. That'll probably be as much as I participate in that. I only have the one book. I'm not really into getting into a series right now. So, yeah. I had read the Cedar Cove books years ago by Debbie Macomber. I think Lizzie Faye is hosting this readathon. Lizzie Faye, and maybe Mitzi? I cannot remember. I'm so sorry, but I will tag you in my video. Okay, so A Season of Angels by Debbie Macomber. I think this one's the first one in a series, actually. Wishes of love bring hope from above. Surely, goodness, and mercy, 3 willing but sometimes wayward angels, are each given someone's prayer to answer. Shirley, she's sent to help 9-year-old Timmy Potter, who longs for a new father. And although his mother, Jody, has vowed never to trust any man, Shirley is determined to help her love again. Goodness, she knows Monica Fisher longs for a husband and home of her own, but the young woman has practically given up on finding the right man to stand by her side until Goodness steps in to help. Mercy, can Mercy bring hope back into Leah Lundberg's life? This maternity nurse desperately wants a child to fill up the home she's made with her husband, Andrew. But there's just one catch. Each angel must teach her charge a memorable lesson before the prayer can be granted. Sounds fun. Next, we have The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. I heard about this one, I'm pretty sure, through Meredith from the Currently Reading podcast last year, and I never got to it. So, when the department store she works in closes for good, Carmen has perilously little cash and few options. She doesn't want to move in with her perfect sister Sophia in Sophia's perfect house with her perfect children and her perfectly ordered Edinburgh life. Frankly, Sophia doesn't exactly want Carmen there either. Her sister has always been sarcastic and difficult, but Sophia has yet another baby on the way, a mother desperate to see her daughters get along, and a client who needs a retail assistant for his ailing bookshop. So welcoming Carmen might still have some benefits for everyone. At Sophia's behest, Carmen is thrown into the daily workings of old Mr. McGreedy's ancient bookshop on the streets of the old dark city. Can she use her design skills to revamp the store and bring it back to popularity in time to benefit from Christmas shopping traffic? Can she choose between bad boy, literary rock star Blair and quiet Quaker student Oak? And will she heal the rift with the most important people of all, her family? And then there's the sequel, Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. I'm not going to read that description because it's a sequel. So, yeah. And then I still have 2 more Virgin River books. I started reading them because Storm Reads had been doing it, and I wanted to finish them. So I have 2 left, and they both take place during Christmas time. We'll see. I'm hit or miss with this series. Some I love and some I don't. So we have Bring Me Home for Christmas by Robin Carr, and then we have Return to Virgin River by Robin Carr. So we have those. And then I also want to finish the Three Pines series by Louise Penny. I have 2 more left. The Madness of Crowds is book 17. This one takes place in winter, so I actually saved this one for December. And then A World of Curiosities. I don't know when this one takes place, but it's fine. I don't care because I want to complete a series by the end of the year. 2 series, actually. And then we have Winter Frost by Michelle Houts. I heard about this one from Krista from Books and Jams. And then Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot mentioned it in her Christmas recommendations video. So, an ordinary Danish Christmas turns extraordinary when a family overlooks an important folkloric tradition. Christmas has come, and with it a sparkling white winter frost over the countryside. But 12-year-old Bettina's parents have been called away unexpectedly, leaving her in charge of the house, the farm, and baby Pia. In all the confusion, Bettina's family neglects to set out the traditional bowl of rice pudding for the tiny Noise, who are rumored to look after the family and their livestock. No one besides her grandfather ever believed the Noise were real. So what harm could there be in forgetting the silly custom? But when baby Pia disappears during a nap, the magic of the Noise makes itself known. To find her sister and set things right, Bettina must venture into the miniature world of these unusually helpful but sometimes mischievous folk. A delightful winter adventure for lovers of the legendary and miraculous. So, sounds like a fun little fantasy. Then we have a dysfunctional family story. It's called Flight by Lynn Steger Strong. I heard about this one last year through the Book Talk Etc. podcast, but I never got to it. So, it's December 22nd, and siblings Henry, Kate, and Martin have converged with their spouses on Henry's house in upstate New York. This is the first Christmas the siblings are without their mother. The first not at their mother's Florida house. Over the course of the next 3 days, old resentments and instabilities arise as the siblings, with the gaggle of children afoot, attempt to perform familiar rituals while also trying to decide what to do with their mother's house, their sole inheritance. As tensions rise, the whole group is forced to come together unexpectedly when a local mother and daughter need help. Sounds like fun. People stuck together, dysfunctional family, not all about romance. Perfect. Then we have The White Christmas Inn by Colleen Wright. I heard about this one through book lover Amanda. I also congratulated her on being one of very few people to get me to be interested in Christmas books, because a lot of these are romances I want nothing to do with. So, congrats. In this heartwarming feel-good novel, a snowstorm brings a cast of very different characters together at a sleepy New England inn, just in time for Christmas, and maybe even in time for a Christmas miracle. A New England inn seems like the picture-perfect place to spend the holidays, but when a snowstorm shuts the roads and keeps them all inside, the guests find themselves worrying that this Christmas may not be exactly what they dreamed of. Molly just needs to keep her head down and finish her latest book. But her writer's block is crippling. The arrival of Marcus, a handsome widower with 2 young girls, is exactly the distraction she doesn't need. Hannah was hoping for a picturesque winter wedding, but her plans come crashing down when her fiancé calls everything off. She reconnects with her childhood friend Luke when he comes to check on his grandmother before the storm. Jean and Tim don't know how they're going to keep the inn open another year, or how to bridge the distance between them and their marriage. With a flurry of unexpected guests, they'll have to work together to fix all the problems that crop up. But will it be enough to rekindle their relationship? So basically, all these people are stuck together, which sounds fun. Now I need some water. Next, we have a bunch of Melody Carlson books. I read one Melody Carlson book, no, two, last year, and I really liked them, so I kind of went looking for other ones I might like. This first one, I actually heard from book lover Amanda, though. It's called The Christmas Joyride. Miranda did not put adventure on her Christmas list, but thanks to her 85-year-old neighbor, Joy, that's exactly what she's getting this year. When Joy tells Miranda that she plans to drive an old RV decked out in Christmas decorations from their Chicago neighborhood to her new retirement digs in Phoenix in the dead of winter, no less, the much younger Miranda insists that Joy cannot make such a trip by herself. Besides, a crazy trip with Joy would be more interesting than another Christmas home alone. Unemployed and facing foreclosure, Miranda feels she has nothing to lose by packing a bag and heading off to Route 66. But Joy has a hidden agenda for their Christmas joyride, and a hidden problem that could derail the whole venture. No one captures... Oh, okay. No, it's just a review. But yeah, sounds interesting. Then I went on a Melody Carlson kind of rabbit hole, and I found The Christmas Angel Project by Melody Carlson. Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails says this one's really emotional, and it looks it. 5 women from different walks of life have become close friends through their book club, enjoying one another's company even more than they enjoy the books. So when the leader of the book club unexpectedly passes away on the cusp of the Christmas season, the 4 remaining friends are stunned. They relied on Abby for inspiration and motivation. She was the glue that held them together, and they're sure that without her, the group can't continue. When the group gathers one last time to open a bag Abby's husband gives them, they find Abby had made each of them an angel ornament for Christmas, crafted especially for each woman and accompanied by a sweet and personal note. Inspired by their beloved friend, together Cassidy, Louisa, Grace, and Belinda decide to commit themselves to becoming Christmas angels to others in need. Each woman will use her life situation and talents to reach out and help others in her own unique way, little knowing that her own life and her relationships will be changed forever. Sounds like fun. Then we have another one. It's called The Christmas Blessing. This one looks like a full-length novel, which is not what I'm used to from this author, but looks good. When she receives the news in late 1944 that her baby's father was shot down in the South Pacific, Amelia Richards loses hope. Jobless and broke, she has nowhere to turn for help but her infant's paternal grandparents. The only problem is they don't know that she or their grandson exists. When Amelia discovers that the family is wealthy and influential, dare she disclose the truth of her relationship with their son? Or could the celebration of the arrival of another unexpected baby nearly 2,000 years ago be the answer to her dilemma? Interesting. Custody battle. Next we have The Christmas Promise by Richard Paul Evans. I found this in a kind of a search for Christmas books. And I read one book by Richard Paul Evans a long time ago, so this one looks good. On the night of her high school graduation, Rochelle Bach's father gives her and her identical twin sister, Michelle, matching opal necklaces. Rochelle and Michelle. Can we stop with these weird matching twin names? Whatever. These opals look identical, he tells them, but the fire inside each is completely unique, just like the two of you. Indeed, the two sisters can be more different, and their paths diverge as they embark on adulthood. Years pass until, at their father's behest, they both come home for Christmas. What happens then forever damages their relationship, and Rochelle vows never to see or speak to her sister again. In their father's last days, he asks Rochelle to forgive Michelle, a deathbed promise she never fulfills as her twin is killed in an accident. Now, painfully alone and broken, caring for the sickest of children in a hospital PICU, Rochelle has one last dream, to be an author. The plot of her book, The Prodigal Daughter, is a story based on her sister's life. It's not until she meets Justin Eck, a man who harbors his own loss, that his secret promise is revealed, and Rochelle realizes that the story she's writing is not about her sister, but about herself. And then we have a series I'm not sure I'm going to get to. I originally found book 3, but I didn't know there was book 3. It was called The Christmas Surprise by Jenny Colgan. Then I realized this is a series, so I had to add the other 2. So we have Welcome to Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop by Jenny Colgan. Then we have Christmas at Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop. And then we have The Christmas Surprise. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll get to all those with all these books. But I'm not opposed to reading Christmas books in winter. So I'll get to them at some point. And I think this is the last one. The Christmas Bells by Jennifer Shiverini. I heard about this one through Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. And I also heard about it before from, I think the Currently Reading podcast talked about it. But I never read it, so. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet, the words repeat, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. In 1860, the Henry Wadsworth Longfellow family celebrated Christmas at Craigie House, their home in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The publication of Longfellow's classic Revolutionary War poem, Paul Revere's Ride, was less than a month hence, and the country's grave political unrest weighed heavily on his mind. Yet, with his beloved wife Fanny and their 5 adored children at his side, the delights of the season prevailed. In present-day Boston, a dedicated teacher in the Watertown public school system is stunned by somber holiday tidings. Sophia's music program has been sacrificed to budget cuts, and she worries not only about her impending unemployment, but also about the consequences to her underprivileged students. At the church where she volunteers as music director, Sophia tries to forget her cares as she leads the children's choir in rehearsal for a Christmas Eve concert. Inspired to honor a local artist, Sophia has chosen a carol set to a poem by Longfellow, moved by the glorious words he penned one Christmas Day long ago, even as he suffered great loss. So, sounds like historical fiction, dual timeline, and holidays. Sounds great. So yeah, these are all of the holiday books that I plan to read in December. We'll see how many I get to, or if I change my mind and read something else. Who knows? But yeah, I wanted to kind of get to them because I had already started this list in the past few days, and yeah, we're already on December 3rd. So I do have other videos coming up, so stay tuned for those. I have my final November wrap-up. I have what I added to Goodreads in November, and I thought I had more. I'm blanking out. Anyway, there'll be more coming. Probably more what I added to Goodreads in December, as like all of these books keep coming up. I mean, everybody's vlogging this December, so there is going to be a ton of books added to my December TBR. I mean, like Goodreads list. So, yeah. So look forward to that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Speech on. Stop recording video.